Hello there, I am Lima and welcome to Dungeons 3. Now this is a game that I have been wanting to play for a while now, and thanks to Humble Bundle monthly, because this month it was on the list, I get to play it. I played Dungeons 2 and enjoyed it quite a lot, and I'm expecting a lot from this game. So let's start. Main campaign, yes. The
shadow of absolute evil. The shadow of absolute evil had crossed the sea and now sought the chosen target, a dark elf named Talia.
There's a co-op. Wow. There's a co-op. Well, as for now, let's play.
A long, long time ago, the absolute evil had, in the famous predecessor to this game, subjugated the known world and defeated good. Now, in a world full of blackness and despair, it spent its days sipping cocktails from the skulls of its enemies and forging new plans over a grilled unicorn kebab. Unfortunately, there wasn't much left to forge. A few orc wedges, the occasional trick played on the little snots. There just wasn't anything left to conquer. As the weeks and months passed, the absolute evil grew ever more reticent and seclusive. From time to time, one could hear a slight murmur from the depressed evil's secret laboratory in the depths of the dungeon. Its creatures grew more worried with each passing day, and even started to miss its ingenious evil tricks. It was a somewhat confusing time for them. No beatings, no torture, and no being sent to a senseless death. On the other hand, it was a rather nice change. Eons passed, and the unicorn supply dwindled until suddenly, one wonderful day, the evil genius evil joyfully burst from its secret laboratory. It finally had a new goal. An unknown continent, as often found in sequels, lay to the east, sheltered from the wicked evil by naught but a puny little ocean. It immediately had a fleet built. This was so powerful that it covered the horizon from north to south and was manned by the best and most powerful creatures at the devious evil's command. The fleet set sail for the crossing to this new continent, left the harbor, and sank. Yet that mattered naught to the couldn't give a hoot about its minions' evil. It instructed its goblins and little snots to design an even more powerful fleet. These new ships were gigantic. Loaded with devious evil's second-best creatures, the fleet set out. And that sank as well. The annoyed evil saved his relentless anger towards the shipbuilders for later. Obviously, it would have to take care of the matter itself. With a sigh, it cast a spell and created a shadow of itself, a creature of absolute darkness and evilness. This shadow flew across the water towards the east. There, it would find a vessel, a corruptible being that would subjugate this land in the name of evil, and the shadow had the perfect target in mind. The great paladin Tanos, hero of the totally Eastern Kingdoms and a repugnantly good fellow. He was visiting the fatiguing library in Tristram with his comrades to see his foster daughter Talia.
Well now, Talia, tell me about your studies. Are you making progress with the writings of the ancient sages?
Yes, dear father, I have thoroughly digested it and have come a step closer to the good. The desire within me to do evil is defeated.
Really? Excellent. I am proud of you, my child. Continue to concentrate on your studies. I must go to Stormbreeze to clear up a few matters. I'll be back soon. In the meantime, my loyal friend Grimly will protect the country. Should anything trouble you, you can turn to him. Isn't that right, Grimly?
Aye, of course, Janos. I'll keep an eye on the damned elf. Your daughter. You can count on me.
Then I'll see you soon, my friends. May the goddess watch over you, and the light burn eternally.
Bon voyage, dear father. I'll make you so proud of me. Who does good is good.
Yuck. Disgusting phrases like that always leave such a nasty taste in my mouth. These abnormally good heroes, on the other hand, had no inkling of the malignity gathered to the south. One moment a herd of sheep was peacefully grazing, and the next moment, whomp! With a fulminant explosive effect that ate up half our special effects budget, the Shadow entered the world. His target, a dark elf caught between good and evil, was very close. As the shadow of the unspeakably evil moved through the world, all around it died. Plants withered. Animals perished. Sort of like a picnic with my family.
Okie dokie. A new world to conquer. I do like the way they tell the story. I did not like the animation though. It looked very, very cheap. I sort of miss this sort of games with this perspective. You know, they are more like akin to older games.
The shadow of the far-off evil found itself very, very close to Twistram. It could practically feel its target's presence.
Take these lanterns, men, and let the light of the goddess shine. For the night is dark and full of terrors. And there's a pile of horse poo around here somewhere. I trod in it earlier. For the darkness! I mean, for the light! Sorry, I'm still in training.
Yes, well, that is somewhat suboptimal. Naturally, the shadow of the almighty evil was an incredibly powerful creature. But, well, light was a bit of an issue. It would certainly be wise to stay out of the lantern light.
Yeah, sure. Can I possess her from here? Let it press. I don't think I can. Well, yes, as I was...
Lanterns everywhere, lanterns! You'd think some nutcase hung them all over the place just to be irritating. I'm supposed to be the evil one here. Whatever. The shadow of the nestled cozily before the fireplace evil was extremely sensitive to light, and would inevitably take damage from it. It was important to avoid light as much as possible.
As I was saying, I miss the older type of games like Warcraft, the strategy game, and so on and so forth. I don't know, they had their charm. Nowadays, everything is poured into graphics
The
and
shadow
stuff,
reached
storytelling,
the
not so
entrance
much.
to Twistram. Fortunately, this one was not closed, but it was brightly lit. Luckily, there was an unfortunate guard on patrol that the shadow was able to possess, thanks to its incredible powers. As long as it wasn't in the light. The shadow of absolute evil melded with the guard and took control of his body. Thus, it was able to pass through the gate with ease.
What was that? I think there was something wrong with our last beer.
Unfortunately, the shadow's possession only lasted a short while before the guard was able to free himself. Still, it was long enough to get past the gate. The shadow's target was close, so close. Talia, the dark elf. Soon she would fight on the side of evil.
May the goddess be with you, my friends. It will soon be time to open the orphanage in the fatiguing library. Come to the big square and join in the festivities.
Well, I don't know.
I had actually kind of planned to spend the evening in the bathhouse.
Friends, this orphanage is very important to my father. Tanos, you know, the mighty paladin, the one you really don't want to offend.
Yeah, all right, we'd love to come.
Excellent! May the light of the goddess shine upon you, and let us experience this exhilarating spectacle in the big square together. Follow me, my friends, for evil, the light, I mean. Keep the light burning bright, for the night is dark and full of terrors or errors or something like that.
And so no one sees the shadow? Like a shady figure just trotting about? Hang on, wait, this is the shadow! That's a very funny face. This game is fun because it doesn't take itself too seriously. Oh, don't come near me. I want to check this place before. Here I need to... Should I go here? Probably not. I could just go straight to the point, to the objective. I mean, I could find some sort of... hidden stuff. Let's see. Oh, I can possess the Archmage. Oh no.
Stop holding the lantern in my face like that, boy. I am Grimly. Dwarves. And I am used to the cold, dark tunnels under the mountain.
So where do I go now?
With lamps shining into me eyes. Now I'm stuck with that.
Or did I have to go this way all the time before?
My good friend Tanos' foster daughter. Curse him. A dark elf is a dark elf, and nothing will change that. The girl will always be tainted. Should have cut her ears off when I had the chance. Enough chit-chat, men. You stay here and secure the area. I have to go check my invention. Stay alert. I can feel something evil lurking in the area. And it's not just that damn pointy-eared... I mean, that elf.
After this cliched monologue, Grimly disappeared into the darkness. The impatient evil shadow set off again.
Oh, I could have possessed him! That guy is so racist, man. I dislike you already. Grimly. Ooh, no. He's on the light. Inside the light. Oh, look at this. This is the bigger picture of the shadow. I like that face. That's very funny.
In the distance, one could hear the unbearably good bells of a church. They must be marking the opening of the orphanage in the fatiguing library. Heroes, with lanterns, began to stream in that direction. The crossing on a red signal evil shadow swore, or would have if it had a mouth, and tried to avoid the lanterns as much as possible.
Fatiguing library for our goddess, and in the name of my father Tanos, I'm glad to see so many of you here of your own free will.
Own free will. Just coerce them to do that. Okay, that's the time.
Finally, the time had come, and the shadow of the passes in the slow lane evil was within range of Talia, the dark elf. The time had come for it to use its incredible powers to possess her for a short time.
My dear dear father would be very proud were he with us today. He would be overjoyed to see us give the young and the needy a place to live and thrive. That's why I'm happy to take this orphanage and destroy it utterly, and all of you with it.
What did she say?
Die!
Okay. Firebomb. No?
I feel the power within me. Oh, it's over 9,000!
Unimagined powers surfaced in Talia, the black magic of the Dark Elves. She immediately began to unleash these powers of chaos upon the world.
Like lambs to the slaughter!
The Dark Elf raged through Twistrom's inexperienced guards. She thereby built up a tremendous inner energy, which she released into the world as a focus beam, while screaming, Kamehameha! Meanwhile, in the fatiguing library, they waited eagerly with coffee and cake for Talia to show up and open the new orphanage. The energy beam hit the cake with a resounding zap and reduced it to ashes. Oh yes, and the rest of the building and everyone inside it as well. The narcissistic evil patted itself on the shoulder for this. Or it would have, but the metal armor always made such a terrible clonking noise when it tried. But then again, that's what little snots are for. Obviously, the Dispatch Shadow had found a perfect vessel in the Dark Elf. Talia had already earned the title of Employee of the Month, with the utter destruction of the fatiguing library, as well as half of Twistrom. The destruction of an orphanage and the bombardment of innocent citizens with magic missiles immediately made her the minion-wasting evil's new favorite henchperson. Her evil deeds complete, Talia withdrew into the vaults beneath the ruins of the fatiguing library. There, between the slaughterhouse and Mad Archbishop Lazarus's apartments, she prepared to create something powerful in the name of the absolutely ultimately evil. A dungeon heart, the cornerstone of any dungeon's power. Far away, Paladin of Light and Talia's former mentor, Tanos, was on his way to the Empire's capital of Stormbreeze. Naive and trusting as he was whistling cheerfully to himself, with no inkling of his foster daughter's dark deeds. Though he was aware that as a Dark Elf, she always had a core of evil in her. He had hoped to defeat it through religious indoctrination with ancient mad writings. Well, old bean, you thought wrong.
New rooms and
Twistrom
creatures.
in ruins. Talia, the Dark Elf, had turned to evil and laid the fatiguing library in ruins. Now she began to build a small power base in its vaults. Her first dungeon.
Hellish. So, father and daughter.
Twistrom looked like the leftovers from a heavy metal concert.
What? What have I done? Oh no! I've fallen to evil again. Father will be beside himself. He was right when he said, you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Although, in a way, it was fun to be evil. Burning things, pillaging, and showing those nasty goody two-shoes where the hammer hangs. They just look down at me anyway. My revenge will be terrible.
While Talia was delivering a typical villainous monologue, something happened around her. From the depths arose a pulsating crystal, filled with the magic-savvy evil's power. A dungeon heart. Not to be confused with those dungeon hearts from other games. We don't want to be sued. Again.
Hello, greetings. What seems to be your boggle?
Secret mental messages were exchanged between Talia and the mentally savvy evil's crystal. We could explain this in detail at this point, but that would require a 3-hour monologue on my part, and I am definitely not being paid enough for that.
Right then. I will make these people suffer for mocking me. Father's henchmen never liked me anyway, and always insulted me, calling me pointy-eared. It's time for my well-deserved revenge!
The game logic internalizing evil had given Talia an assignment. Out there on the surface were shamelessly good places in urgent need of destruction.
Nah, no problem. I'll take care of it. I and an evil army.
Naturally, the strategically well-versed evil did not send its new general into battle alone. A dungeon had to be built, and creatures hired to provide her with a powerful army. Of course, the sophisticatedly thinking evil already knew which way the wind blew in a dungeon. However, should it be hit by short-term memory loss, it could effortlessly look up things in the fabulous almanac.
In the what? Almanac? By the way, I wanted to say, it's fun to be evil at times. Because usually in games and in any story, you are usually the good guy, the hero. Or in very interesting cases, you are great. Between light
evil's helpers
and
had
shadow.
not been idle. Well, they hadn't exhausted themselves either, but anyway, there were now some research projects the researching evil could pursue. The new improved research menu, TM, was now available.
Okay, what do I have to do now? Talia the well armed. Destroy Twistron's remaining guard buildings, 0 to 30. Conquer the good locations. Room constructions menu, okay. Treasury. The treasury provides an additional place to store your gold besides your throne room, preferably near gold veins. Let's put it here. Okay. So now, we will store gold here. Where is the entrance? From where do... I think they come from here. I would like to build some traps though. Okay. How do I build stuff? Fill empty tile. Demolish. No. Gold, yes. Okay, hotkey, fine. Army.
Death from above.
Whoops, nope. Oh, here we go. Research
The
menu.
new improved research menu, TM, opened and gave an overview of currently available technologies. At the moment, the selection was still limited, but that would change. After all, this evil crusade had only just begun.
Gobbler farm. We do need food. Gobblers are created on a gobbler farm. Delicious gobbling little creature, perfectly suited to satisfy the hunger of horde creatures and demons alike. Then the hideout is the horde's bedroom. That's where they set up camp in the hideout to satisfy the need for sleep. At the same time, they can heal from any damage suffered. Naga. Wait, what? Oh, I need this thing. What is this? More little snots. You can never have enough of these little snots. It's payday. Large armies. Why not? Anyways. Nah.
It's payday.
It's payday. Okay, great. So I didn't see this because this is a dark background in comparison to the rest of these, so it kind of threw me off. Creatures! Orc, goblin, goblin, orc. Melee fighter that can take much but deals a lot of damage. All goblins have the inconspicuous skill. Melee fighter with plenty of life energy and good armor possesses the blind rage skill. Yeah. Let's hold up for now. Get more gold so that they won't go, you know, that they have enough money to be paid with. Because that would be a problem if they don't have enough money. Also, I think we need the bed building somewhere. So this is one design choice that I'm not too keen on. Well, that the mouse is different from the hand. Because if I remember correctly, the mouse was your hand on the previous game. What's this? Wage reduction normal reduces the creature's wage. I think orcs have the biggest wage. Oops, sorry. Okay, great. So, we build a hideout. Actually, no. First we build one of these. And then next to it, I will build the kitchen. Not the kitchen, the bedroom. Oops. No. No, 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 no. No? Demolish. This thing. Good. Treasury. Nope. Oops. Now I don't understand why I can't... It's stuck on building a room. So I can't... Demolish then? No, it's not demolish. Is it a bug then? Oh, there we go, finally. So 3,000. You have to keep expanding and exploring to get more gold, more income. Now this one was supposed to be this thing. Okay, great. Okay, great. So I have 5 out of 7, and we have three orcs, 2 goblins, so 1 orc and 1 goblin. Great. Where do I see the total wages I need to pay? Here we go. Payday in approximately 1 minute. Cost of the next payday 225. Okay, that's fair enough. Now, so picks up all of the creatures in the dungeon except your little snots with the Hand of Terror. Select all creatures currently on the overworld. So let's put that to Control A and drop them here. There we go. Good. Now we shall start conquering.
What can I do for you?
Let's go first to the south. To this place here. Can I just... No, I can't.
Blinding beams of light met the dauntless evil's creatures. They briefly squinted at the disgusting brightness. Finally, they grinned, satisfied. At last, they were able to carry the battle to the good people and were not limited to protecting themselves in a dungeon, as is the case with other representatives of the genre.
Follow me, sons of Rohan. I mean my vicious hordes. Let's get these tree huggers and wimps.
I love the references
The
on
armies
this
of
game.
evil reached one of those disgustingly good places that had survived the destruction of Twistram. The ice-cold hand, I mean evil, would deal with it immediately.
This sort of games is what made me love games. Oh no, Malak, get out of there. There we go, micromanaging. I used to play a lot of strategy games back in the day. But
The
then,
little town of good was destroyed and turned into a hotbed of evilness. Cracks formed on the surface, and something, guess, evil, rose from the depths. This evilness, in a practical, spherical form, was the sweet lifeblood which flowed through the personified evil's veins. It stimulated the armies of evil and swelled their power. All this lofty blah blah without any impact on the game aside, it was another resource primarily or exclusively used for more powerful research. Delicious evilness flowed into the dungeon heart and filled it with power. New research was thus made available, which would help the dungeon to even greater power. The impatient evil immediately began to research.
Yeah, what is going on here? I feel a disturbance in the force.
The deeds of the conspicuous evil and its henchmen had not gone unnoticed. As a matter of fact, even a blind man could see the destruction they left behind them. As idiotic heroes do, they sent out a small patrol to scout the area.
Move out, men. Have a look around and report back to me. While I would love to accompany you myself, I'm currently, teaching myself to play the ukulele.
the ukulele. As I was saying, I used to play a lot of strategy games back in the day. But then I moved into console gaming, and then when I came back, it was mostly FPSs and that sort of stuff. And the... whoops, I did not mean to do that. And the strategy games changed quite a lot. They were not as charming as before, they were very serious. For the Horde, wow! I think this is a reference to the Warhammer series for the Orc faction. This research serves the general improvement of the Horde. Each level of this research increases both the life, energy, and damage of all Horde creatures. Yes, please. I have 250. By the way, Naga. Ooh, healing array. Awesome stuff.
The progress-addicted evil had unlocked some new research and immediately set about trying it out.
This is amazing, seriously, this game. Let's see. What is this? More creatures? Yes. Actually. Oh, these are snots.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
What? I don't have any defenses though. Oh, come on. No! Yakla! Army? No. Army?
Where does this lead? We should take a closer look.
The first heroes had discovered the not-so-well-hidden evil's dungeon and now entered its depths. Of course, the insidious evil had already prepared a despicable reception for them. At least I hope so.
Even if that's not the case, I will kill these ridiculous do-gooders myself. They will pay for mocking me over the years. Wait a minute. What am I saying? These are my friends. How can I plan their deaths?
Talia had chosen an extremely unfavorable time for moral doubts. Luckily, her evil dark elf heritage prevailed. Hey, Talia, you're evil, so act like it.
What? Oh, yeah, okay. Kill them all!
This game is so silly, I love it. I simply love it. Now, the controls here are kinda strange, and we actually lost one orc, but I think... Exactly, this is the thing. He should be here, recovering. Good. Or not, it's this guy, isn't it? Yeah. Oh no, he's not. Yeah, this guy. There we go. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3. No, I lost one orc. Okay, so we can't resurrect them. Oh, that's unfortunate. Let's go with more orcs. And increases Talia's life energy by 200 and the damage it deals by 10. Yes, why not? I mean, this is just the first level, so there's not too much we can do. So we'll just have to continue onwards. Let's do so.
Thanos must die!
I just have to throw all of them out. Yeah. Okay, good. So the thing is, with the other game, there were side quests, like achievements for doing some additional stuff. Funny stuff. Well, not funny, but you know. They had funny titles. I would like to get those achievements, if there are any on this game. But I just have to play through. Okay. Found. First we have to deal with the mage. First the mage. Exactly. Then the sword user and the ranger. Let's leave the potion there for a while. Whoa. Great. So now we go here. There's a guard. First focus on the healer, that's the most important thing. That is an unwritten rule. Well, is it an unwritten rule? It's basically priorities. I've learned it by the hard way. Because I am usually a healer in
At the
games.
Staggering Pony Tavern? By the goddess, I won't be getting any more roast pork there.
I knew you'd need me.
No, she can't take it. So I'll give it to the Naga so she can heal herself if there is a need to.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Oh no! How did they manage to sneak up on me? We don't have any like traps or anything. Let's see. 1, 2. And 1. I'll leave them there for a while. Meanwhile, we will continue attacking. Actually, this one is closer, isn't it?
The armies of evil here? Damn it all, how did that happen? Time to call out the heavy guns. Right, men, get ready to attack in waves.
No.
Excuse me, sir. Wouldn't it make more sense if we attacked all at once? Where's the fun in that? Wave after wave, that's a strategy for real men.
Thanks to the enemy's limited tactical finesse, their destruction was virtually unavoidable. So it was time to decorate for the victory celebration, to get the beer and hire the orc dancers. Okay, maybe not orcs. I shudder at the thought.
They're going to be child's play. Leave them to me. I mean, hold them back and let them hit you while I deal with them.
Well, now I am expecting an attack from the human faction. So that's why I have retreated back to the dungeon. Thing is though, we are missing traps. Dungeons are everything, or everything about dungeons is traps, okay? I need traps. But I don't have any. That's a problem. Let's make another Naga.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Okay, good. Just as I'd expect. I'll just throw them on top of them. Are they dark elves? Rogues. They seem to be dark elves. By the way, I think at least food-wise we are okay. I think I'll expand it just a bit more. Why not? I mean, yeah, why not? And this I will expand also. Gobbler farm, yes, and hideout. Achievements unlocked, the evilest evil. Great. Now let's get some more gold. Actually, because the max is 3,000, there is no reason for me to dig more gold. Now, let's take number 1 and go attacking while the rest of them are on defense duty. Good. So, here, nope, here, in the dungeon. So this is control 2, 4 units. Good. And this is, oh, look at that. Great. And we continue our march of doom. There's another game with the same premises. I think it's one of those, like, other sequels. I think it was called The Underlord. Basically the same idea. You build a dungeon, defend it, and attack the surface. However, it didn't have same charm as this game. Well, it's been a long time, so I don't really remember. Still, I like the art style of this game and the witty narrator. Very fun. How can... Oh, there's a bridge here. The only thing I don't like so far is the cutscene, let's say animation. It's basically a still image and distorted. So it feels very cheap. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of damage. Nice.
The second island of the good was mercilessly overrun by the strategically savvy evil's hordes and turned into an evil island. Soon, more of that exquisite evilness would be bubbling to the surface. Excellent. Even better than in Dungeons 2. Not that I'm out to plug it or its fantastic add-on or anything. I'd never do that.
There was a DLC. Well, I don't remember. Okay, so the Naga seems to be running out of mana. So, oh, there's a book. What is this? Critical hit bonus. Yes. So I'll give it to this guy. Great. Let's go back to the dungeon. I'll let you rest for a while. And you are bored, aren't you not? Okay, fine. Take that. Take that. Take that. Take that. Back to work. Guard duty. Or does that mean that you are sleepy? But there are beds here. Well, anyways. Research menu. Improve the horde, and more creatures. Yes. Let's make another Naga. I think this is pretty straightforward, right? We just have to conquer these 2 towns left. And here comes the victorious party. Where's my queen? Here she is. So in the previous game, you could possess, I think you could possess one of your minions, or was it in the other game? I think it was in the Underlord. Overworld.
Payday.
Okay, so they seem to be all in full health, aren't they?
Oh no! The studio burned down, and I was going to come here tonight for Pilates.
One guard. Is it only one? Come on! You're making it too easy.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Oh, is that XP? That's XP. I thought that was the HP. Like health points. And XP is experience points. Oh my. My queen is already dealing with the situation.
Sure showed him.
Good job. What is this? Dilsa would like to sleep but has no bunk. Horde creatures set up camp in the hideout, satisfy their need to sleep. At the same time, they heal any damage suffered. But there are already beds. Okay, meanwhile, while they do that...
There are countless spiders pouring out of a room that was accidentally unearthed. Disgusting.
Deal with the spiders. There should be a way to throw them all at the same time, instead of just having to throw them one at a time. Okay, so investigations. Let's improve the horde. Yes, yes. And make this bigger. I will select all of you and number 1. And let's go to the surface. The high note.
What's up?
Nice. So now where? Here. Oh, there we go. We have 3 Nagas, so that should be fine. Nice, good job. Oh, by the way, the mage is first. There we go. Good job. Do they regen mana?
The good camp has been destroyed. Victory is ours. Evil is victorious. Ha! Good thing I switched sides.
And so it was that the good camp was destroyed by the battle-wise evil's army. Now it was time to take over all of the good islands. That would be a cakewalk. Easy as stealing candy from a baby. Candy from a baby? Simple. My ass. Ever tried it? The screaming and crying and
What is
accepting their
this?
parents and family as reinforcements, and those little beasts bite pretty damn hard. Not that I have any personal experience, of course.
The ultimate, chaotic, absolute, whatever evil will be happy. I am.
Look at this guy.
Father is gonna be so angry. Do you really know what you're doing? You wanted to be good. You had dedicated yourself to the light. Stop and really think about your deeds.
Can you please just stop with the golem thing? We already had too many Lord of the Rings gags in the last 2 games. Enough is enough.
Yeah, exactly. Just shut it, good me.
Talia and the destructive evil's army had succeeded in destroying Twistrum and the surrounding area. Good no longer existed in this land.
Why? What the hell happened here?
Apparently, not quite all of the good guys were defeated. The dwarven King Grimly, an old drinking buddy of Tanos the Paladin, was just touring the country with his exorbitantly large army to ensure everything was in order. Thank God, the foresighted evil had provided for this contingency. The dungeon heart was charged with evilness and enough energy to act as a teleporter. For Talia, of course.
Ooh, good. Then all the best, brave warriors, and stop them! Right! I'm out of here.
With a plop, Talia dissipated and disappeared to a faraway and safe place. The rest of the sacrificing evil's creatures looked astonished as their general fled, but only for a moment, as they already found themselves facing an unpleasant army of good.
This is the work of that damn pointy-eared wench. I always warned Tanos that those miserable dark elves couldn't be trusted. Criminals, the lot of them. But enough is enough. We're going to find that shifty wench and use her ears as bookmarks.
Nice. Half an hour. That was a nice campaign. Very easy though. Very easy. Well, campaign. Map. Mission.